Hello, friends. If you've been waking up with a foggy mind, forgetting where you put your keys, or struggling to remember the names of people you've known for years, there's something happening in your brain every single night that might be making it worse. And it's not insomnia, it's not your age, and it's not something you need expensive medication for. It's your sleeping position. Yes, the way you lay your head on that pillow could be silently accelerating memory loss and even increasing your risk of dementia after 60. Most people have no idea that while they're sleeping in certain positions, their brain's natural cleaning system is being blocked, toxins are building up, and cognitive decline is creeping in night after night. But here's the good news. Changing one simple thing tonight could protect your memory for years to come. My name is Dr. Amanda Wells, and I'm a specialist in mental health and cognitive wellness for older adults. I've spent years studying how our daily habits, especially the ones we don't even think about, affect our brain health as we age. And I'm so glad you're here with me today on the Dr. Amanda Wells channel, because what we're going to talk about is something that can truly change your life. You see, I don't believe in quick fixes or miracle pills. What I believe in is understanding how your body works and making small, powerful changes that add up to a sharper, clearer, healthier mind. So here's what we're going to cover today. First, I'm going to show you exactly which sleeping position is putting your memory at risk and why it matters so much for your brain. Then, we'll dive into the fascinating science of what happens inside your head while you sleep, how your brain cleans itself, and why certain positions help while others harm. After that, I'll share the best sleeping position for brain health, along with simple tips to make the transition easy and comfortable. We'll also talk about nighttime habits that protect your memory, and at the end, I'll give you a soothing, natural tea recipe that helps you sleep deeper and supports your brain's detoxification process. Plus, you'll get a simple checklist you can save and use starting tonight. Here's something that might surprise you. Research shows that people who sleep in positions that support healthy blood flow to the brain have up to 25% better waste clearance during sleep, and side sleepers specifically show improved glymphatic function, the system responsible for flushing out toxins linked to Alzheimer's disease. On the flip side, certain sleeping positions can reduce oxygen flow and toxin removal, creating the perfect storm for cognitive decline. Now, before we dive into habit number 1, I'd love to know who I'm talking to today. Drop a comment below and tell me your name, your age, and what city or country you're watching from. And if this topic resonates with you, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss future videos that could help protect your mind and memory. All right, let's get started with the sleeping position you need to avoid. So let's talk about the sleeping position that's causing the most trouble for your brain health. If you sleep on your stomach, I need you to pay very close attention to what I'm about to say. Stomach sleeping, also called prone sleeping, is one of the worst positions for your brain, especially after the age of 60. When you sleep face down, your neck is twisted to one side for hours, which compresses the blood vessels that carry oxygen-rich blood to your brain. This restriction doesn't just make you wake up with a stiff neck. It actually limits the amount of oxygen and nutrients reaching your brain cells throughout the night. And when your brain doesn't get enough oxygen, it can't function properly. Memory formation gets disrupted, mental clarity diminishes, and over time, this chronic restriction can contribute to cognitive decline. Now, here's where it gets really fascinating. Your brain has an incredible built-in cleaning system called the glymphatic system, and it works hardest while you sleep. Think of it like a nighttime garbage truck that comes through your brain, picking up all the waste and toxins that accumulated during the day. This system uses cerebrospinal fluid to flush out harmful proteins, including beta amyloid and tau, which are the same proteins that build up in the brains of people with Alzheimer's disease. During deep sleep, the space between your brain cells actually expands by up to 60%, allowing this fluid to flow through and wash away the toxic buildup. It's absolutely amazing when you think about it. Your brain literally cleans itself while you dream. But here's the problem. This glymphatic system doesn't work efficiently in all sleeping positions. When you sleep on your stomach, or even in certain back sleeping positions without proper support, the flow of cerebrospinal fluid can be restricted. Your neck position affects the pathways through which this cleaning fluid travels. If those pathways are compressed or kinked, the waste removal process slows down dramatically. Imagine trying to clean your house with a vacuum cleaner that's only working at 30% power. That's what's happening to your brain when you sleep in positions that restrict flow. The toxins that should be cleared out during the night start to accumulate, and night after night, week after week, year after year, this buildup contributes to inflammation, cellular damage, and yes, memory problems. So what's the connection to dementia? Well, researchers have found that poor sleep quality and inadequate toxin clearance are directly linked to an increased risk of Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. When beta-amyloid proteins aren't properly flushed out of your brain, they start to clump together and form plaques. These plaques disrupt communication between brain cells, damage neurons, and lead to the memory loss and confusion we associate with dementia. Studies have shown that people with chronic sleep problems have higher levels of beta-amyloid in their brains, even years before any symptoms of dementia appear. And while stomach sleeping isn't the only factor, it's a significant one that most people never think about. The good news is that it's completely within your control to change. How do you know if your sleeping position is affecting your memory? Pay attention to these signs. If you wake up with brain fog that takes hours to clear, if you feel groggy and confused in the morning even after a full night's sleep, or if you notice that your short-term memory seems worse than it used to be, your sleeping position could be part of the problem. Other signs include waking up with headaches, feeling mentally sluggish throughout the day, or having trouble concentrating on simple tasks. Your body is incredibly smart, and it gives you signals when something isn't working right. The question is, are you listening? In the next section, I'm going to show you exactly which sleeping position gives your brain the best chance to clean itself properly and keep your memory sharp for decades to come. Now let's talk about the sleeping position that actually helps your brain do its job. The absolute best position for brain health and memory protection is side sleeping, and specifically, sleeping on your left side has shown the most impressive benefits in recent research. When you sleep on your side, gravity works with your body's natural systems instead of against them. Your neck stays in a neutral alignment, blood flows freely to your brain, and most importantly, your glymphatic system can function at full capacity. Scientists at Stony Brook University discovered that side sleeping is the most efficient position for clearing waste from the brain. The channels through which cerebrospinal fluid flows are wide open, allowing maximum drainage of those harmful proteins we talked about earlier. Think of it like unclogging a drain. When you shift to your side, everything flows smoothly instead of backing up. Why is the left side particularly beneficial? Well, it has to do with anatomy and how your organs are positioned. Sleeping on your left side helps with overall circulation and takes pressure off certain organs, which indirectly supports better brain function. Your heart is on the left side of your body, and when you sleep on your left, you're allowing gravity to help blood return to your heart more efficiently. Better circulation means more oxygen reaching your brain, and more oxygen means better memory consolidation and cognitive function. Additionally, left-side sleeping has been shown to support your digestive system and reduce acid reflux, which means deeper, less interrupted sleep. And deep sleep is when that glymphatic cleaning system really kicks into high gear. It's all connected, friends. Your body is one beautiful, integrated system. Now, if side sleeping feels uncomfortable or impossible for you right now, back sleeping can be a good alternative, but only if you do it correctly. The key to healthy back sleeping is elevation and support. You need a pillow that keeps your neck in a neutral position, not too high and not too flat. Some people benefit from placing a thin pillow or rolled towel under their knees to maintain the natural curve of the spine. The problem with unsupported back sleeping is that your tongue and soft tissues can collapse backward, potentially blocking your airway and reducing oxygen flow. This is why back sleepers are more prone to snoring and sleep apnea, both of which are terrible for brain health. If you choose to sleep on your back, make sure your head is slightly elevated, your neck is supported, and you're breathing clearly and deeply all night long. So how do you actually make the switch if you've been a stomach sleeper or restless sleeper your whole life? I'm not going to lie to you. It takes a little patience and strategy, but it's absolutely doable. Start by using pillows to train your body. If you want to become a side sleeper, place a firm pillow against your back to prevent rolling over during the night. Hug a body pillow or place a regular pillow between your knees to keep your spine aligned and reduce pressure on your hips. This makes side sleeping much more comfortable, especially if you have joint pain or arthritis. Give yourself 2 to 3 weeks to adjust. Your body might resist at first because it's used to the old position, but if you're consistent, you'll start to notice the difference. Better sleep quality, clearer mornings, sharper focus, and yes, better memory. One simple change, repeated every single night, and your brain gets the deep cleaning it desperately needs. Trust me, your 80-year-old self will thank you. Changing your sleeping position is powerful, but if you really want to protect your memory and keep your mind sharp, you need to look at your entire nighttime routine. One of the most important habits you can develop is sleep consistency. And I mean going to bed and waking up at the same time every single day, even on weekends. Your brain thrives on predictability. When you have a consistent sleep schedule, your body's internal clock, called the circadian rhythm, stays balanced. This rhythm controls the release of hormones like melatonin, which signals your brain that it's time to sleep and triggers that glymphatic cleaning system we've been talking about. When you go to bed at wildly different times, staying up late one night and crashing early the next, your circadian rhythm gets confused. Melatonin production becomes irregular, deep sleep suffers, and your brain doesn't get the full detoxification it needs. Aim for a consistent bedtime within a 30-minute window, and you'll start noticing deeper sleep and better mental clarity within just a few weeks. Now let's talk about what you do in the hour or two before bed, because this can make or break your sleep quality. First, you absolutely need to cut off screen time at least 60 to 90 minutes before you plan to sleep. I know. Scrolling through your phone or watching TV feels relaxing, but the blue light emitted by screens suppresses melatonin production and tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime. Your brain sees that light and says, "Wait, we're not supposed to be sleeping yet." Instead, create a calming pre-sleep ritual that signals to your body that it's time to wind down. Read a physical book, listen to gentle music, do some light stretching, practice deep breathing exercises, or spend time journaling about your day. Dim the lights in your home as evening approaches. Soft, warm lighting tells your brain that nighttime is coming and prepares your body for rest. These small rituals might seem insignificant, but they're training your nervous system to transition smoothly from wakefulness to deep, restorative sleep. Your sleep environment matters just as much as your habits. The ideal room temperature for sleep is between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 15 to 19 degrees Celsius. A cooler room helps your body temperature drop naturally, which is necessary for falling into deep sleep stages. Your room should be as dark as possible. Use blackout curtains or a sleep mask if needed, because even small amounts of light can disrupt your sleep cycles. And don't underestimate the importance of air quality. If your room is stuffy or filled with allergens, your breathing becomes shallow, oxygen delivery to your brain decreases, and sleep quality plummets. Open a window for fresh air if the weather permits, or use an air purifier to keep the air clean. Some people also benefit from white noise machines or fans, which create consistent background sound that masks disruptive noises. When your environment is optimized for sleep, your brain can focus entirely on the deep cleaning and memory consolidation work it needs to do. Finally, let's talk about what you're putting into your body in the hours before bed. Caffeine has a half-life of about 5 to 6 hours, which means if you have coffee at 4 p.m., half of that caffeine is still in your system at 10 p.m. For optimal sleep, cut off all caffeine by early afternoon, and that includes coffee, tea, chocolate, and certain medications that contain caffeine. Alcohol is another major sleep disruptor. Yes, it might make you feel drowsy initially, but alcohol prevents you from reaching the deep sleep stages where memory consolidation and brain detoxification happen. You might fall asleep quickly after a drink, which will wake up feeling groggy and unrested because your brain never got the quality sleep it needed. Heavy meals close to bedtime also interfere with sleep because your digestive system is working overtime when it should be resting. If you're hungry before bed, have a light snack like a banana or a handful of nuts, something easy to digest. Remember, every single choice you make in the evening either supports or sabotages your brain's ability to protect your memory. Choose wisely, and your mind will reward you. Now, I want to share something really special with you. A gentle, natural tea blend that has helped so many of my clients sleep deeper and support their brain's nighttime detoxification process. This isn't some complicated recipe with hard-to-find ingredients. It's simple, soothing, and you can make it with things you probably already have in your kitchen or can easily pick up at any grocery store. This tea works because it combines herbs that have been used for centuries to calm the nervous system, reduce anxiety, and promote the kind of deep, restorative sleep your brain desperately needs to clear out toxins and consolidate memories. And the best part? It tastes wonderful, like a warm hug in a cup. The recipe uses 3 main ingredients: chamomile, passion flower, and a touch of raw honey. Chamomile is probably the most well-known sleep herb in the world, and for good reason. It contains an antioxidant called apigenin that binds to specific receptors in your brain, reducing anxiety and initiating sleep. Studies have shown that people who drink chamomile tea regularly experience better sleep quality and wake up feeling more refreshed. Passion flower is another powerhouse herb that increases levels of a neurotransmitter called GABA in your brain, which reduces brain activity and helps you feel calm and relaxed. It's particularly helpful for people whose minds race at night, replaying conversations or worrying about tomorrow. And the raw honey? It provides a small amount of natural glucose that helps your brain produce melatonin and prevents those middle-of-the-night wake-ups caused by blood sugar drops. Together, these 3 ingredients create a synergistic effect that prepares your body and mind for deep, healing sleep. Making this tea is incredibly simple and becomes a lovely part of your evening ritual. Start by boiling about 8 ounces of filtered water. While the water is heating, place 1 chamomile tea bag or 1 tablespoon of dried chamomile flowers into your favorite mug. Add half a teaspoon of dried passion flower, which you can find at health food stores or order online. Once your water reaches a boil, pour it over the herbs and let everything steep for about 5 to 7 minutes. The longer you steep, the stronger the calming effects will be. After steeping, remove the tea bag or strain out the loose herbs and stir in 1 teaspoon of raw honey while the tea is still warm. Take a moment to inhale the steam and aroma as you stir. That simple act of mindful breathing begins the relaxation process even before you take your first sip. The best time to drink this tea is about 60 to 90 minutes before you plan to go to bed. This gives the herbs time to work their magic and allows your body to process the liquid so you're not waking up multiple times to use the bathroom. Sip it slowly while you're doing your evening wind-down routine, maybe while reading or listening to soft music. Don't gulp it down quickly. Make it a ritual, a signal to your body that sleep is coming soon. Most people notice results within the first few nights, falling asleep faster, staying asleep longer, and waking up with clearer minds. After 2 to 3 weeks of consistent use, the benefits become even more pronounced. Your sleep cycles regulate, your brain's detoxification improves, and your memory and focus during the day get noticeably sharper. This simple tea, combined with the right sleeping position and healthy nighttime habits, gives your brain everything it needs to stay strong and vibrant well into your 80s and beyond. Friends, if this video opened your eyes to something you never knew was affecting your memory, please do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss future videos that can help protect your brain health. Leave a comment below and tell me which sleeping position you use right now, and whether you're going to make the switch tonight. Your comments help this content reach more people who desperately need this information. And if you found value in what we talked about today, share this video with someone you love, a spouse, a parent, a friend, because memory loss doesn't have to be inevitable. The simple truth is this: Your sleeping position matters more than most doctors will ever tell you. When you sleep on your side, especially your left side, you give your brain the opportunity to clean itself properly, flush out toxins, and protect against cognitive decline. Combine that with consistent sleep timing, a calming evening routine, an optimized sleep environment, and that soothing tea recipe I shared, and you're doing more for your long-term brain health than most people ever will. These aren't complicated strategies or expensive treatments. They're simple, natural habits that work with your body's incredible built-in systems. Start tonight, be patient with yourself as you adjust, and trust that every single night of quality sleep is an investment in a sharper, clearer, more vibrant mind for years to come. Always remember, your mind is your greatest asset.